You know what? My wife was watching. I got to take my kids to school. I'm going to take a break here for a second. My wife was watching a documentary on that white woman who was pretending to be black. And I might get her on for the last 10 minutes to talk about that because I just kept teasing her, going, you know what question they're not asking in all of this document? They're asking all of the obvious questions. But I was like, Nia, how did this white woman, how did you guys allow this white woman to become head of the NAACP chapter in Spokane, Washington? How does that happen? And there was all these people like after the fact, you know, when there's like a big upset in sports and then everybody actually, oh, you know, I had a feeling. All these people going like, yeah, I knew there was something. I was thinking this just looks like a white woman with braids. Everybody was saying I was kind of thinking that shit. I just think that part of the country, people are just really polite when they're not having a Klan meeting or whatever. Generally speaking, there's a certain level of politeness to that area where I just don't think that would happen in different cities. I think someone would just ask her, like, what is your fucking deal? But anyway, my wife was watching it, and I was trying to go to sleep. It was just fucking... it was driving me nuts because no one would just... They kept arguing with her. And it's just like, you got to look at this person like she's a crazy person at a bus stop. I just felt bad for her kids. Maybe it's not a good topic, whatever. I just felt bad for her kids. Because she just kept saying shit like, I'm unapologetically black. It was just like, oh my God. And like her kids were like really cool, but they had this sort of low energy, monotone way of talking. And as I was watching more and more of it, I was like, I think this is like depression. It was like a low level of depression. And then they can't break away from her because she's like posting pictures of them and saying where they're trying to go to college. And it's just like, listen, can you stop having them pay the price for your sins? I don't know. You know how human beings are. Human beings will actually get upset at our kids instead of at the person that did it, which is her, which is really, I don't know. This podcast was fun till I brought that up. I will, I'll see if I can get the lovely Nia on here. I got to drive the kids to school here. So I'll be right back. All right. You guys sit tight. And with the magic of editing, I'll be right back in like half a second. All right. All right. And with that, look who it is, everybody. Walking around the room. Look who it is. It's the lovely.
Oh, you got to watch.
It's the elegant.
Yes.
Nia, Renee.
Keep going.
Hill.
You got to watch Housewives of Jersey with me. Just because you got to see the Jerseyness of the husbands in there. I just feel like you'll fight. Because you've seen a couple of episodes of it.
I love New Jersey.
And so, yeah, see, I don't know. This last one, I just was cracking up. And I was like, I just feel like this is something that Bill would enjoy. But anyway, thanks for having me on. It's great to be here.
I love New Jersey because they seem to have the same kind of meatheads that they had in and around in Boston. You know, right. I don't relate to Philly meatheads or New York meatheads. But when I go to Jersey, I'm like, these people are the same kind of stupid I am.
Really?
No, they are. They're like near the big city, but they're not in it. They get that suburban life, but they're not like these country bumpkins. And there's a lot of fights.
A lot of tough guys.
You know, a lot of people like, not saying I was a tough guy, but there was a lot of fights, you know, in and around where I was growing up. A lot of guys with earrings. That's kind of out now, huh? The one earring in the left ear.
I don't know about that. I feel like it's not gone away, but I could be wrong. I have no idea. I feel like a lot of dudes have both ears pierced, and that's kind of the wave.
Wow, I missed that. I went the other way. I thought the earrings disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe because all my friends are old and they just got tired of having to keep it not infected.
Friends? Oh, God. All your old-ass friends? No, of course. They don't have anything like
What are you talking about? My generation was the LT generation where you had your initials like a lightning bolt hanging from your left ear.
Oh, well, yeah. That's definitely over.
All right. Now that you've trashed me, my age, my friends, and our jewelry styles.
Let's talk about your race since it is Black History Month. We can start trashing that.
So the other night, I'm laying in bed, or last night, whatever the hell it was, 2 nights ago, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to go to sleep, and you were watching I watched Something Dumb with You, which I've given into. It's kind of fun. It's a great way to bond because you can get a lot of conversation going on because what you're watching is so stupid.
Slash you talking through the whole entire thing with your commentary and me having to rewind because you just cannot help but like just be the commentator. I'm like, this doesn't need a narrator. Like we can just watch it. We can discuss after.
I'm working on that. Okay. I like on Hulu because we don't have Hulu like without the commercials. I talk during the commercials. Have you noticed that?
Yes, that's true. But I mean, it's better than my brother. My brother, I will watch things with my brother. It drives me crazy. And he literally acts like he's in it. Like he'll respond to people, like the characters and whatever lines they have. He's responding as if he's in the show. And I'm always looking at him like, what are you doing?
I don't want to like, bring up stereotypes here, but are you saying he talks to the screen?
No. No.
Note to self, do not go to movies with Nia's brother.
I set myself up with that one. Oh my God, that's so funny. But anyway, yeah, so what were you talking about, what we were watching?
Yeah, so that woman from a few years ago, that white woman who somehow got past all the black people, and we don't, it's Spokane, Washington.
Spokane.
You think it's Spokane.
I thought it was Spokane. The E threw me off.
Ba-na-na-na,
Everybody was talking about, what are you saying?
She's all right, she's all right, she's all right. Spokane. Cocaine? Eric Clapton?
Okay. Fuck Eric Clapton.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we can get into that another time.
What did Eric do?
Don't say it like he's a good friend of ours. What did Eric do? He's like a kind of a documented racist. He's being a weirdo.
Documentary? He has the papers?
He's got the paper. The receipts, as they say today. The receipts. Also, isn't he like some sort of crazy? I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But suffice it to say, I'm not his fan. We can Google it after this. But we were watching the documentary, which I don't know why. When this documentary came out, we're talking about Rachel Dolezal, okay? When the documentary came out, I was really...
Wait, is her last name Dole, and you're saying is all we're talking about?
Dole is all. No, Dolezal or something. When the documentary first came out, I was really fucking annoyed. Because I was like, why are they giving this psychopath any kind of a platform? And I didn't give a shit. I was like, I really don't care.
Can you give people backstory who the hell she is?
Oh, Rachel Dolezal is the white woman that pretended to be black. And she was like the head of the NAACP chapter in Spokane, Washington. And she got exposed.
She ascended that high before anybody noticed. It's the funniest shit ever.
After reporting a hate crime that she was getting hate mail, which, she actually might have been getting, but...
They think she put a banana on her windshield and then took a fucking picture of it.
And some other things. She wasn't the only one, I guess, getting hate mail. But anyway, she got exposed by this reporter asking her if she was actually black, and she tripped up and she was like, well, I don't understand the question, and then she like ran away.
He was like, are these your white parents?
Right, exactly. And so it got into this whole, situation about her being exposed. And so this documentary, which, like I said, I had resisted because I really didn't care and I thought she was crazy. I was like, you know what? And why I'm watching it during Black History Month, I can't defend that.
Well, maybe you need to roll over in bed and see what you married.
Well, maybe that's it. I was like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, why? Like, why are white people? So anyway, I finally decided to watch it and I haven't finished it. Listen, this is what I'll say. If there's any white people confused about why this was an issue for us, I think you need to watch the documentary. Black people, I think we already get it. I mean, I guess it was somewhat...
I don't know that we were confused. I think the only person confused is the subject of this documentary. Right. And she just refuses. She's now saying that she's transracial, that she transitioned.
Yeah, she just made that up.
And then the other thing I couldn't believe, being a bald son of a bitch, Nia. I don't know if you've noticed that. Mm-hmm. You just go, sure. We got to get 2 microphones so people can hear you trashing me.
They can hear it.
Okay. Well, the fact that her braids were so tight that she was getting the receding.
She lost her edges.
She lost her edges.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That's how dedicated she was to this game.
I'm going to say, does she get any points for that?
Any points for what?
Well, like Justin Timberlake,
Nope.
he kind of, before the Super Bowl,
Oh, okay.
he brought sexy back. And I believe black people were air quote fucking with him. Yeah, well, I would think, if you were so committed to the cause that you were fucking pulling your hairline back towards your spine. Maybe that's what threw off the people in Spokane. They were like going, well, look, no sensible
That's exactly what it was.
person would do that.
There was black women who are always the first to tell you when something is wrong. So, I know people like to be like, oh, listen to black women, but yes, because we know. But because there were women on there, black women who were like, I didn't want to be mean, but to me, she looked like a white woman in a black woman's wig. And that's exactly what she looked like. Not to mention the fact that she was making up her face in such a way that she looked a few shades darker. Sometimes she wouldn't. Sometimes
She was putting on bronzer like she was going to have like a flex off with Schwarzenegger in the late 70s.
Yeah, but it was, I will say that it was a little bit illuminating to see why she did what she did. She basically has childhood trauma that I feel like she still hasn't resolved. And, you felt for her sons who never asked for any of this. And you feel really bad.
Oh my God, her sons are so cool and they're just like monotone. I think it's a form of depression. If she could just stop putting them out there and just fucking leave them alone. Okay, let's wrap this up, Nia.
Okay.
Well, last part of the show is called "Help Bill Pass."
Pass what?
What if I want to be the head of the NAACP in Boise?
Passing.
Reverse pass, trans passing.
I don't think there's any hope.
Just
for you.
come on, no. Like, let's just say, I went out and I got some bronzer.
Oh no!
Right?
Remember that
and
time
I went
tried to put
I had it. I had a toupee. I don't remember that.
One of our first weekends away together years ago, I got some I don't know. It was supposed to be like a sunscreen, but it was also sort of to help bronze you. And I was like, let me just see. And I sprayed the whole can on you, and nothing happened. You're tan resistant, even with artificial.
That's how real I keep it, Nia.
Yeah, it's just your body is nope. There's zero melanin to enhance.
Cat Williams says, I am from the Isle of Caucasus. Caucasian.
So you were saying if you were to get a toupee?
Yeah, an ethnic toupee, right? Mm-hmm. Something that John Amos could wear. And I was to put that on my head with the bronzer. The Photoshops are coming.
Please don't.
Bill,
please don't Photoshop Bill in blackface.
William Transpass is the name. I just kept waking up and she was just saying astoundingly, she said something that was just so fucking stupid. I kind of respected it as a comedian because I knew how much it was going to annoy the crowd. They asked her how she identified. She said, unapologetically black.
She had to fill out, she at the time of this documentary, she had just had another baby. And she was saying that whatever the mother identifies as, I don't know if this is across the United States or just in Washington or whatever, but whatever race the mother is, that's what they consider the child. So she was like, well, I will always be unapologetically black. She's saying this to her two fully black sons.
They're not fully black because they're her kids, right?
No. One of them is biracial, but the other one is actually her adopted brother. But then she became his mom. She took him on as a mother.
Those poor kids, the amount of confusion that they have to unwind.
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. So she had, the audacity to put on this form. She marked African American and white. And it's but she is a very troubled soul. And the thing is, it's she could have maybe not been the president of the NAACP chapter.
That's still funny to me. That's like the Music Man, where he had no instruments and he came to town. Oh, we got trouble. She's in.
Totally the Music Man. She's the Music Man. But it's she could have been such a powerful ally and been like, I went to Howard, I studied Black history, I really, have an appreciation and love for Black culture.
She still would have been annoying.
Maybe, but it could have, but she would have.
Nia, what did you do if I met you and I said, I went to Howard, I studied Black culture? You'd be like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, it would not have gone much further than that because it just.
So then why are you suggesting that that's what she could do?
Well, because I'm just saying if she was really committed to, the advancements of Black people and equal rights and stuff, she could have done that as a white person. She didn't have to pretend to be Black. That's the thing about it. Like, you could have done all the wonderful things that you were doing, and all the Black people who care about her that were on there were like, her heart was in the right place. She was doing so much for the community. She really did. But she lied about who she was, so she ends up undermining everything that she did. And that's what's really unfortunate about it, is that she undermined the shit. So
this kind of feels like a Hollywood movie before the redemption, right, where she turns it all the way around. Like, is this like Scrooge with braids?
Scrooge, the best Christmas movie ever.
All right. Well, Nia, thank you so much for coming on. And helping to explain that whatever the hell you were watching. I just kept waking up going like, are you still watching this woman?
I can't finish it. I will eventually. I mean, I don't feel like I necessarily need to. I think I got it. But I was just curious. And it's one of those things where when stuff like this happens, I do like to get as much information as I can.
I feel like this is the part of the interview where if I was Bryant Gumbel, I'd take out my notepad and I'd start writing things down. Yep. So what do you think is the future?
You're finishing up your notes as you're asking me the
question. In Spokane, what is he writing? If I could ask anything of anybody in entertainment, what is Bryant Gumbel writing down?
He's writing his follow-up questions to the package that we all just watched when he sits down across from the reporter.
He asks them a question, they start answering, and then he writes it down like he's grading them. Maybe that's my own insecurity. I'm like, why are you writing?
I think I don't know if we're meant to believe that he's just watching the package that we just watched, but I feel like when he's writing it down, he's thinking about his questions. So he's making sure to get it. Like, this is maybe the third or fourth question that he's writing. And so it's
still a good show.
It's a great show. I love Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel.
And I love you.
And I love you.
All right, there we go. And that's the end of the interview. Yay.
It's almost Valentine's Day, baby.
Yeah, what are you getting me for Valentine's Day?
Wait, it's also almost our anniversary, right?
What anniversary?
Of being together. Not our wedding anniversary, but of like being together. Isn't it in February?
Yeah, somewhere in here.
Somewhere in February.
Somewhere in there I met you.
Terrible with that, but somewhere.
But I remember what you were wearing.
When you first met me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
What was I wearing?
You had that white shirt on.
That was not when you first met me. That was like our first date, maybe, or our second.
No, that was when I met you at that Italian bar that I then saw that guy drunk singing in that who's now been canceled.
Chris Noth.
Don't say his fucking name.
Everyone knows who that is, though.
No, they don't.
They don't. Okay.
How many guys have been canceled? I'm fucking editing that out. I don't know what happened. All these people weighing in.
You didn't say anything happened. You just said you saw him there.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Seemed like a nice enough guy.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's wrap this up.
He didn't try to grab on me.
What's he going to grab on, baby?
Oh, that was mean. All right. That's the podcast, everybody. Now we have the Bet MGM segment where me and Paul Verzi discuss our picks for the Super Bowl. Nia, off the top of your head, who do you like better, the Bengals or the Rams?
I feel like I live in LA. I gotta go with the Rams.
I feel like you live in LA too, Nia.
I gotta go with the Rams because I'm an LA person now.
All right, try to say something football about it.
What do you mean?
Like the Rams, what do the Rams have to do on Sunday?
They got to get out there and they really got to have a strong defense, an incredible offense, and they got to just drive that ball all the way down and make those touchdowns.
There you go. I think that was some great insight.
Really looking forward to the halftime show.
Oh, that's right.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige.
And what about that chick from Spokane? You think she's going to be there?
She is going to be on Instagram Live, like trying to twerk to it, and it's going to be awful.
All right, as long as she's not spraying booze down on fans. Oh, my God. All right, this is, okay, so here comes the BetMGM segment. Enjoy.